Imagine waking up every day with a sense of purpose, a burning desire to conquer every obstacle that comes your way. Picture yourself living in abundance, surrounded by success in all areas of your life, personal, professional, financial, and beyond. What if I told you that the key to all of this doesn't lie in the external world, but rather in you? Yes, that's right. You are the master. Everything you've ever dreamed of is already within your reach. But here's the truth most people never learn. You must first become the kind of person who naturally attracts success. And in this very speech, I'm going to show you how to do just that. Stay with me and you will discover the mental transformation that turns ordinary people into extraordinary success stories. At the heart of success lies an undeniable truth. What you think about, you bring about. Every single achievement or failure begins with a thought. This is not just a philosophical idea, but a law of nature. Thoughts are the seeds that, when nurtured, grow into actions, and those actions ultimately create the reality we live in. The power of thought is not some mystical concept. It's a deeply rooted principle that shapes every aspect of our lives, often without us even realizing it. Let's start with the simple fact that your mind is constantly in motion, generating thoughts at a rapid pace. The thoughts you choose to focus on can either propel you forward or hold you back. This is where many people go wrong. They are not conscious of their thoughts, and as a result, they unknowingly attract negativity, failure, and limitations. If your mind is consumed with self-doubt, fear, or feelings of inadequacy, those thoughts will cloud your perception and ultimately influence your actions. On the other hand, if you focus on thoughts of abundance, success, and self-belief, your actions will align with those beliefs, setting you on a path toward greatness. Take the example of Henry Ford, the American industrialist and founder of the Ford Motor Company. When Ford set out to create a car that could be mass-produced and affordable to the average person, many said it couldn't be done. The technology of the time was not advanced enough, and the manufacturing process was too costly. But Ford didn't listen to the doubts or the critics. Instead, he held a steadfast belief in his vision. Ford's famous quote, "If you think you can do a thing or think you can't do a thing, you're right," exemplifies the power of thought. He believed that if he could bring together the right people, create the right processes, and focus on the goal, it was possible. And his unwavering belief was not just about wishful thinking. He worked tirelessly, made strategic decisions, and took risks that aligned with his thoughts of possibility. By thinking in terms of "I can," Ford didn't just dream. He took deliberate actions that made his thoughts a reality. His success didn't happen overnight, but his ability to think big, coupled with his action, brought about the creation of the assembly line and the revolution of the automobile industry. The power of thought is not just about positive thinking for the sake of optimism. It's about choosing to focus on thoughts that serve your growth and ambition. Positive thinking doesn't mean ignoring the difficulties of life or pretending challenges don't exist. Rather, it's about training your mind to focus on solutions instead of problems, on opportunities instead of obstacles. One of the best examples of this principle is Walt Disney. Early in his career, Disney faced rejection after rejection. He was told he lacked creativity, and many of his ventures failed. But instead of dwelling on these setbacks, Disney maintained the mindset focused on his vision. He thought about the future, not the past. He didn't allow himself to be bogged down by the opinions of others. His thoughts were consistently focused on creating something new, something magical, and something that would touch the hearts of people worldwide. Because of his unwavering belief in the power of his thoughts, Disney built an empire that continues to thrive today. He envisioned a world where families could come together to experience wonder and joy, and he made it a reality. His success didn't come from external circumstances. It came from his internal belief system, which guided him every step of the way. What's most important to understand is that thoughts don't exist in a vacuum. They lead to actions. When you think positively, when you believe in your goals and your ability to succeed, you naturally begin to act in ways that align with those thoughts. You start taking steps toward your goal with confidence. You find solutions instead of reasons to quit. Your actions become a reflection of the thoughts you've been feeding your mind. Take the example of Oprah Winfrey, who grew up in poverty and faced countless struggles. Yet Oprah chose to believe that she could change her circumstances and create a life of success. Her thoughts were always focused on possibilities, on helping others, and on becoming a media mogul. Because of her belief in herself and her vision, Oprah took the necessary steps, faced her fears, and through her actions built one of the most influential media empires in history. On the flip side, negative thoughts work in much the same way, but with disastrous results. If you constantly tell yourself, "I'm not good enough," or "I'll never succeed," these beliefs will not only limit your potential, but they will also cause you to take actions or avoid actions that confirm those beliefs. Your reality will be shaped by your thoughts of lack and fear. Think about someone who's trying to lose weight but always tells themselves, "I can never stick to a diet." If their primary thought is failure, they will act accordingly. They may overeat or avoid exercising because deep down they believe they're destined to fail. They've created a thought pattern that hinders their success. Ultimately, your thoughts shape your life. The mind is a powerful tool, and it's essential that you learn to control it rather than let it control you. You can either be the master of your thoughts or a slave to them. By choosing empowering thoughts, you align yourself with success, and your actions will follow suit. The key to attracting success lies in understanding this simple truth. What you think about, you bring about. Therefore, the most important task you face is not only to dream of success, but to think about it consistently, believe in it wholeheartedly, and take action as though it is already yours. One of the most critical elements in achieving success is the ability to set a clear and definite goal. Without a well-defined goal, success remains elusive, like a ship sailing aimlessly across the ocean without a destination. The truth is that goals provide a sense of direction and purpose. They are the blueprint for the life you want to build. Yet so many people wander through life without a clear goal in mind, hoping that success will somehow come to them. However, successful people know that clear goals are not optional. They are essential. To understand the power of a clear and definite goal, let's begin by considering what a goal truly is. A goal is a specific target, a desired outcome that you are committed to achieving. It's more than just a wish or a vague desire. A goal is something that requires planning, action, and persistence. A goal without a clear outline of how to achieve it is simply a dream. And while dreams are important, they alone cannot bring about the success you seek. Let's take the example of Thomas Edison, who is often remembered for inventing the practical light bulb. Edison's goal was not just to create a light source, but to create a reliable, safe, and affordable light that could be used in homes, businesses, and streets. This was a clear and definite goal. He didn't stop at a vague desire to make a light. He broke down his goal into a specific, actionable plan. Edison wanted a light that would last longer than any other lighting source, be efficient, and not require constant maintenance. To achieve this goal, Edison set about experimenting with thousands of materials for the filament, testing different designs, and refining his approach with each failure. His goal wasn't just about a single invention, it was about changing the entire world's approach to lighting. He was relentless in his pursuit because he had a definite goal in mind. It wasn't some abstract notion of success. It was a clear target that guided every single step he took. And despite the hundreds of failures he encountered, Edison's unwavering focus on his goal eventually led to the invention of the practical light bulb, lighting up homes around the world. A key element in developing a clear and definite goal is specificity. A goal must be defined in such a way that it's measurable and achievable. It can't be something vague like, I want to be successful, or I want to lose weight. These are not goals, they are wishes. A goal has to have a clear outcome, a timeline, and specific actions attached to it. For instance, imagine you want to get fit. If your goal is simply, I want to get in shape, it's not clear enough to guide your actions. However, if you reframe that goal to, I want to lose 20 pounds in 3 months by exercising 4 days a week and eating a balanced diet, suddenly the goal becomes clear, actionable, and measurable. You can track your progress, adjust your strategies, and stay motivated because you have a definitive target. The clearer the goal, the easier it becomes to create a plan of action. Having a clear and definite goal is crucial, but it's also important to ensure that the goal aligns with your personal values. When your goal is in harmony with your core beliefs and passions, you are more likely to remain committed to it, even in the face of adversity. A goal that is aligned with your values will ignite a sense of purpose and drive that fuels your actions and keeps you focused. For example, someone who is passionate about helping others may set a goal of building a nonprofit organization to provide education to underprivileged children. This goal is not only clear, but deeply rooted in their personal values. Because of this, they are more likely to take consistent action toward achieving it, regardless of the challenges they may face. The connection between the goal and their values provides a deeper sense of meaning and motivation, making the pursuit of success feel more fulfilling. But once you've defined your goal, the next step is breaking it down into manageable, actionable steps. A clear goal can sometimes feel overwhelming, especially if it's a large, long-term vision. That's why breaking it down into smaller, more achievable milestones is crucial. Each small step you take brings you closer to the final result, and each success fuels your motivation to keep going. For example, if your goal is to write a book, don't just focus on the end product. Break the task into smaller steps. Researching, outlining chapters, writing a set number of words each day, editing, and finally publishing. Each of these small steps can be tracked, and the progress you make along the way will keep you motivated. A clear and definite goal provides direction, purpose, and focus. It serves as the guiding light in your pursuit of success, helping you make decisions, stay on course, and measure progress. Whether it's the invention of the light bulb, space exploration, or the empowerment of millions through media, the most successful people in history didn't just wish for success. They had a clear, actionable goal that shaped their journey. You must develop a goal that is specific, aligned with your values, and broken down into manageable steps. Only then can you begin to make consistent, focused efforts toward the success you desire. A positive mental attitude, PMA, is not just a motivational buzzword, it's one of the most powerful tools you can harness in your journey to success. It's the inner force that drives you forward, even when the road gets tough. Cultivating a positive mental attitude isn't about pretending that everything is perfect or ignoring the challenges in your life. Instead, it's about choosing to respond to challenges with optimism, resilience, and a belief that you have the power to influence your outcomes. The power of a positive attitude lies in its ability to shape not just your thoughts, but your actions, your relationships, and ultimately your future. A positive mental attitude is a mindset that focuses on the possibilities rather than the problems. It's the ability to see opportunities in every obstacle, to find silver linings even in the darkest clouds. PMA doesn't ignore the reality of difficult circumstances. It changes your perspective on how to approach them. When you face a setback, rather than feeling defeated or giving up, a positive mental attitude empowers you to think creatively, find solutions, and keep moving forward. When you cultivate PMA, you choose to focus on what you can control: your actions, your mindset, and your responses. Your attitude becomes the lens through which you view the world, and that lens determines how you perceive and react to everything that happens in your life. Simply put, a positive attitude doesn't change the facts, but it changes your experience of them. An example of the importance of a positive mental attitude comes from the life of Walt Disney, the visionary behind the Disney Empire. Walt Disney faced numerous setbacks early in his career. He was fired from a newspaper job because, according to his employer, he lacked imagination and had no good ideas. Later, he faced bankruptcy after the failure of his first animation studio. Even after founding Disneyland, Disney faced skepticism from investors who doubted that a theme park could be successful. Despite these setbacks, Disney maintained an unshakable belief in his ideas. Instead of seeing failure as a sign to quit, he viewed it as a temporary obstacle to overcome. He believed in the power of imagination and creativity, and he held on to that belief through every setback. When others saw failure, Disney saw opportunity. His positive mental attitude allowed him to overcome criticism, financial difficulties, and doubts about his vision, eventually building the global entertainment empire we know today. A positive mental attitude is not just about how you respond to external events. It also involves how you think about yourself and your own abilities. Affirmations are one powerful way to cultivate this attitude. Affirmations are positive statements you repeat to yourself regularly, reminding you of your strengths, your goals, and your potential. These affirmations act as a form of mental conditioning, training your mind to focus on the positive aspects of your life and your abilities instead of getting bogged down by negativity. For example, an athlete who is preparing for an important competition might say to themselves, "I am strong, capable, and ready to perform at my best, even in the face of doubts or past failures." These affirmations shift their focus from fear of failure to confidence in their abilities, creating a mindset that supports their success. Over time, this kind of positive self-talk can rewire the brain to respond more positively in challenging situations. The power of a positive mental attitude doesn't just extend to your career or external success. It can also significantly impact your physical health and overall well-being. Research has shown that having a positive attitude can lower stress levels, improve immune function, and even increase longevity. People who maintain a positive outlook tend to experience less anxiety and depression, have stronger relationships, and lead healthier, more fulfilling lives. A positive mental attitude helps reduce the impact of stress by allowing you to focus on solutions rather than problems. When you face a challenge, someone with a positive mindset will look for ways to overcome it rather than dwelling on the negative aspects. This proactive approach not only increases the likelihood of success, but also helps maintain a sense of peace and well-being. Finally, cultivating a positive mental attitude not only impacts your own life, but also influences the people around you. Positive energy is contagious. When you approach life with a positive attitude, others are drawn to you. Your optimism, resilience, and energy inspire those around you to adopt a similar outlook. As a result, you create an environment of encouragement, support, and growth. This is especially true in leadership roles. The leader who maintains a positive mental attitude can uplift and motivate their team, even when faced with difficulties. A positive leader focuses on solutions, encourages collaboration, and keeps the team's morale high, even in challenging times. This mindset leads to greater productivity, stronger relationships, and overall success within the team. Cultivating a positive mental attitude is about making a choice, a conscious decision to focus on the good, to find solutions instead of dwelling on problems, and to approach challenges with a sense of optimism and possibility. It's a mindset that can transform your life, enabling you to rise above difficulties and achieve your goals. The power of a positive mental attitude doesn't come from ignoring the challenges, but from how you choose to respond to them. It's the inner strength that keeps you moving forward, no matter what. To become indispensable is to be so vital, so deeply valued, that your absence would leave a significant void in whatever capacity you are involved. It is the state of being irreplaceable, a person who plays a crucial role in the success and functionality of an organization, a team, or a specific endeavor. The journey to becoming indispensable is not just about improving skills or working harder. It's about developing a unique blend of qualities that make you absolutely essential to the people or systems you serve. One of the primary ways to become indispensable is through specialization. While general knowledge and a broad skill set can be valuable, it's those individuals who bring a specialized expertise to the table who stand out. When you are an expert in a specific field or possess a rare set of skills, your value becomes undeniable. The more difficult it is for someone to replicate your unique abilities, the more indispensable you become. Consider the example of a software developer who specializes in cybersecurity. While many developers may know how to write code, someone who has dedicated their efforts to mastering the intricacies of cybersecurity can become indispensable in a company that handles sensitive data. Their knowledge is crucial, and without their expertise, the organization might be vulnerable to cyber attacks or data breaches. Over time, this individual becomes a critical asset, someone whose skills cannot be easily replaced. However, specialization doesn't just mean acquiring technical skills. It also includes developing a deeper understanding of the industry you are in, mastering specific tools or processes, and staying on top of the latest trends and innovations. The key is to become the go-to person in your field, someone others rely on for insights and solutions. Becoming indispensable also requires building strong relationships, both professionally and personally. It's not enough to have technical or industry expertise. You need to be someone others can trust and rely on. Building a network of relationships where you are seen as a valuable, dependable person creates a sense of loyalty and mutual respect. People prefer to work with individuals who they know will bring value to the table and who have the ability to foster collaboration and teamwork. When you build meaningful relationships, you become more than just a cog in the wheel. You become an integral part of the team. You become the person others turn to when they need support, advice, or a solution to a complex problem. Strong relationships can turn a colleague into a collaborator, a boss into a mentor, and a peer into a partner. Your ability to connect with others, understand their needs, and offer your help in a meaningful way will make you indispensable to the team. Another vital component in becoming indispensable is the ability to be proactive. Rather than waiting for instructions, you should be the person who anticipates what needs to be done before it becomes urgent. Proactive individuals are often the ones who identify problems before they arise, spot opportunities ahead of others, and take action without needing to be prompted. When you are proactive, you demonstrate foresight and initiative. This quality is incredibly valuable in the workplace, as it shows that you are not just reacting to events, but are taking control of situations to ensure they unfold in the best possible way. Proactivity can take many forms, whether it's preparing for potential challenges, identifying new projects, or suggesting improvements to current systems. People who anticipate needs are seen as visionaries and problem solvers, and as such, they become indispensable to those around them. The world around us is constantly changing, and the ability to adapt to new circumstances is a key factor in becoming indispensable. Those who remain static in their skills, attitudes, or approaches run the risk of being left behind. In contrast, individuals who embrace change, continually seek self-improvement, and are open to learning new skills are the ones who remain indispensable. Adaptability also means being open to feedback, recognizing when something isn't working and being willing to change direction when necessary. It's about not just reacting to change, but embracing it and using it as an opportunity for growth. When you are adaptable, you position yourself as someone who can thrive in any environment, regardless of the challenges. Becoming indispensable isn't a matter of luck or chance. It's about consistently adding value in ways that others cannot easily replicate. By specializing in a field, building strong relationships, Being proactive and remaining adaptable, you increase your value in ways that make you indispensable. As you continue to evolve and refine your skills, you position yourself as a person who cannot be easily replaced. Someone whose contributions are so integral to the success of your organization or team that your absence would leave a significant void. By embracing these qualities, you can unlock the power of becoming indispensable, not just to your current role, but to your long-term success. Persistence is one of the most powerful qualities a person can develop in their pursuit of success. It is the ability to continue moving forward, even in the face of setbacks, difficulties, and failure. While talent, intelligence, and opportunity certainly play important roles in achieving success, persistence is often the deciding factor between those who ultimately succeed and those who give up along the way. To master the art of persistence means to develop an unyielding drive, an unwavering belief in your goal, and the resilience to push through when the path becomes difficult. Persistence begins with a clear and powerful belief in your vision and goals. Without a deep, unwavering belief in what you're doing, the first sign of adversity will often lead to hesitation or doubt. The more strongly you believe in your purpose, the more willing you are to withstand challenges and setbacks. It's this inner belief that fuels the will to continue moving forward even when progress seems slow or non-existent. When you truly believe in your vision, you develop a mental toughness that enables you to ignore the temporary discomforts and focus on the bigger picture. It's that belief that gives you the strength to persist even when it feels like everything is falling apart. Without this foundation, persistence becomes difficult, and quitting can seem like an easy way out. Persistence is often closely tied to the concept of grit, a term popularized by psychologist Angela Duckworth. Grit is the combination of passion and perseverance toward a long-term goal. It's the ability to keep going even when the initial excitement of a new project fades and the challenges begin to mount. Grit is the quality that allows people to stay focused on their goals regardless of how tough the journey becomes. Grit is not about short bursts of intense effort. It's about sustaining your efforts over time, often in the face of adversity. It's about embracing discomfort and moving forward, even when the going gets tough. While talent and intelligence can give you an advantage, grit ensures that you keep showing up day after day, even when you don't feel like it, and even when your efforts don't seem to be yielding immediate results. Persistence is closely tied to resilience, the ability to bounce back from setbacks and keep moving forward. Resilience is not about avoiding failure or discomfort. It's about learning how to handle adversity when it comes your way. Developing resilience is a process, and it requires the ability to reframe failure as temporary and surmountable. Resilient people understand that no matter how difficult the current situation is, it is not permanent. To develop resilience, you must focus on your ability to adapt to changing circumstances, learn from your mistakes, and keep pressing forward despite adversity. Resilience doesn't mean you'll never feel pain or frustration. It means that you won't allow those feelings to stop you from continuing on your path. Another key aspect of persistence is learning to focus on the process rather than solely on the outcome. While it's important to have clear goals and a vision for your future, the path to success is often long and winding. It's easy to get discouraged if you're only focused on the end result, especially when progress seems slow or imperceptible. Why, we're looking for entry points. However, when you focus on the process, the day-to-day steps and actions, you build a habit of persistence that keeps you moving forward, regardless of how long it takes to reach your destination. Mastering the art of persistence means developing the ability to stay focused on what you can control, the daily effort, the work, the small wins. It's about enjoying the journey and finding fulfillment in the work itself, not just in the rewards or recognition that might come later. The process is where the real growth happens, and if you can learn to focus on that, you'll find it much easier to persist, even when the end goal seems far away. Mastering persistence also means understanding that much of the effort that leads to success happens behind the scenes. The most successful people don't just show up when things are easy. They show up even when the results are not immediately visible. Persistence often requires delayed gratification, the ability to keep working without immediate rewards or recognition. For many of the most successful individuals, their stories of triumph were preceded by years of unseen work. They were putting in the hours, refining their craft, and pushing forward even when no one was watching. The true test of persistence is what you do when you're not being celebrated, when success feels out of reach, and when the world doesn't seem to notice your efforts. Those who persist to the unseen moments are the ones who ultimately achieve the greatness they desire. Mastering the art of persistence requires patience, resilience, and an unshakable belief in your goals. It's about pushing through the tough times, learning from failure, and never giving up on your dreams, no matter how challenging the journey becomes. Persistence is the silent force that drives you when everything else seems to falter, and it is the key to turning dreams into reality. By embracing persistence, you develop the inner strength to withstand setbacks, adapt to change, and ultimately achieve your greatest aspirations. The people you surround yourself with have a profound impact on your mindset, your success, and the trajectory of your life. There's an old saying that goes, "You are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with." And it's more than just a catchy phrase. It's a powerful truth. The company you keep shapes your thoughts, behaviors, and even your ambition. Surrounding yourself with like-minded individuals, people who share your vision, your values, and your drive, can propel you to heights of success that would be difficult to reach alone. It's not just about having people around you, it's about choosing to align with those who inspire, challenge, and support you on your journey. One of the most compelling reasons to surround yourself with like-minded individuals is the power of a shared vision. When you share common goals with those around you, the collective energy and effort can magnify your individual progress. Like-minded individuals are aligned with similar aspirations, and this alignment creates an environment of synergy where each person's success is intertwined with the success of the group. Together, you are able to push each other to be better, to work harder, and to remain focused on your shared vision. Consider the example of entrepreneurs who join business incubators or mastermind groups. These groups are filled with individuals who understand the challenges of building a business and share a drive for success. When an entrepreneur surrounds themselves with others who are on the same path, they are exposed to new ideas, strategies, and perspectives. They become a part of a support system where everyone is dedicated to mutual success. The power of shared vision turns what might be a solitary endeavor into a collective pursuit of excellence. This alignment of goals and values makes the journey easier. When setbacks occur, having like-minded people around you provides not only emotional support but also practical guidance. These individuals have often faced the same challenges and can offer advice that's rooted in shared experiences, helping you avoid mistakes and stay on track toward achieving your vision. When you surround yourself with like-minded individuals, you create a circle of positive influence. Positive individuals have the ability to uplift, inspire, and motivate you, even in difficult times. Their optimism, resilience, and belief in success can be contagious, helping you maintain a positive attitude and a growth mindset. On the flip side, surrounding yourself with negative or pessimistic people can have the opposite effect. They might undermine your confidence, cast doubt on your ideas, or even discourage you from pursuing your goals altogether. The energy of those around you has a direct impact on your own energy. So being intentional about who you choose to spend time with is critical. For example, athletes often surround themselves with coaches, teammates, and other professionals who share their competitive spirit and drive for excellence. A runner training for a marathon doesn't just train alone. They engage with others who are also committed to pushing their limits and achieving their goals. The energy in these training environments is positive, focused, and goal-oriented, which helps the individual stay motivated and inspired through the physical and mental challenges they face during their preparation. Positive influence can also come from the stories and experiences shared by others in your circle. Listening to the journeys of like-minded individuals, how they overcame obstacles, found success, or dealt with failure, can give you both the perspective and motivation to continue pursuing your own dreams, no matter how difficult the path may seem. One of the most powerful aspects of surrounding yourself with like-minded individuals is the inherent accountability that comes with it. When you are surrounded by people who share your goals, they will help hold you accountable for your actions and decisions. This external accountability serves as a catalyst for taking consistent action, as you are less likely to procrastinate or give up when others are relying on you or watching your progress. Accountability works both ways. While you benefit from the accountability others provide, you also become a source of accountability for them. When everyone in the group is working towards similar goals, it creates a dynamic where everyone motivates each other to stay on track and take decisive steps towards success. For instance, consider the case of weight loss groups or fitness clubs. Individuals in these settings commit to not only their own fitness goals, but also to supporting and holding each other accountable. When someone in the group feels like giving up or slacking off, the encouragement from others often sparks them back into action. It's the collective support system that pushes everyone to remain consistent in their efforts, even when the road gets tough. This dynamic of accountability is especially powerful because it creates a sense of responsibility to others. You're not just letting yourself down, you're letting down those who are supporting and rooting for your success. This shared commitment helps solidify the resolve to stay on course and keep pushing toward your goals. Although the idea of surrounding yourself with like-minded individuals might suggest that you should only associate with people who think exactly like you, this isn't always the case. While it's crucial that you share similar values and long-term goals, diversity within your group can actually enhance the benefits of being surrounded by like-minded individuals. Diverse perspectives within a shared goal create a more dynamic environment where different ideas, experiences, and viewpoints can be shared, leading to better problem solving and innovation. Even if your goals are the same, having a variety of backgrounds and experiences within your circle can help you approach challenges from multiple angles, making the group even more powerful. For example, in a business mastermind group, each member may bring a unique expertise or perspective to the table. One person might specialize in marketing, another in operations, another in finance, and another in leadership. While everyone shares a common goal of business growth, their different experiences and areas of expertise allow the group to offer well-rounded insights and creative solutions to problems. By working together, they can overcome obstacles in a way that would be impossible for a single person to achieve alone. Diversity within like-minded groups also encourages continuous learning. You're exposed to new ideas, strategies, and concepts that you might not have thought of on your own. The combination of shared goals and diverse perspectives creates an environment where you are constantly evolving and improving, making it easier to adapt to changing circumstances and stay ahead of the competition. When you surround yourself with like-minded individuals, you create an environment of shared motivation. People who are focused on similar goals help each other maintain momentum, even when the going gets tough. Motivation is often contagious. When you see others working tirelessly toward their objectives, it pushes you to work harder and stay committed to your own path. Think of a sales team in a company. Each member of the team may have their own sales targets, but when the team operates as a collective unit, they motivate each other through shared challenges and successes. A salesperson who is struggling might be inspired by the success of a colleague who achieved their target, and vice versa. When the group is supportive and everyone shares a strong sense of purpose, It drives each individual to go the extra mile and push past their limitations. This shared drive ensures that no one feels isolated or alone in their journey. You have a group of people who are walking the same path and experiencing similar challenges, which makes the journey less daunting. When setbacks occur, you have others to lean on, learn from, and draw strength from. This collective motivation keeps you moving forward, even when personal willpower seems to falter. Surrounding yourself with like-minded individuals also opens up opportunities to build a network of support. The more people you know who share your values and goals, the more likely you are to come across valuable resources, advice, and connections that can help you reach your destination. For example, a startup founder who surrounds themselves with like-minded entrepreneurs might find invaluable support in the form of mentorship, partnerships, and even potential investors. These connections may not come from people who share the same expertise, but they will share a common entrepreneurial mindset that can help foster collaboration and mutual growth. As you build your circle of like-minded individuals, you gain access to a wealth of knowledge, expertise, and resources that can help you overcome obstacles and achieve your goals faster and more efficiently. The collective network of individuals who are driven by similar goals becomes a valuable resource that can open doors you might not have been able to access on your own. Surrounding yourself with like-minded individuals is not just about finding people who think like you. It's about building a supportive network that inspires, challenges, and propels you forward. When you surround yourself with people who share your goals and values, you create an environment where success becomes not only possible, the power of shared vision, positive influence, accountability, diverse perspectives, and collective motivation creates an ecosystem in which everyone can thrive. In this environment, you are more likely to stay focused, driven, and inspired to achieve the success you desire. Choose your circle wisely, for the people around you will either elevate you or hold you back. Now, my friend, you have the key to unlocking your true potential. It's not about luck or chance. Success is a result of becoming the person who attracts it. By changing your mindset, setting clear goals, cultivating positivity, mastering persistence, and surrounding yourself with the right people, you will become a magnet for the life you've always dreamed of. The truth is, success is not something that comes to you. It's something you must grow into. But I promise you, if you embrace these principles and live by them, success will be drawn to you as naturally as the sun rises in the east. The time to begin is now. Become the person who attracts success, and watch as your life transforms in ways you never imagined possible.